And I would like to start by making a proper introduction of who I am for those of us who are meeting me today for the first time. Somebody said, I cannot hear you. I don't know who can assist this young man to hear me. He's on the chat button telling me I can't hear you. And of course, I don't know. I think it should be from your side. Someone should help me reply him on the chat button. I think Oloko Aladele say he can't hear. Check, I think it's from your side because other people are hearing me. Okay, so without further ado, I want to start by making a proper introduction of who I am. For those of us who are meeting me today for the first time, my name is Engineer Ofon Bokudum. And for those that want to know a little about me, I would like to, of course, go a little about that. Okay, that my name is very long. Some people did not pick it up. I said Ofon Bokudum. Trying to pronounce it is very difficult. I'm from Bible State, so just call me Ofon. Ofon is spelled O-F, off, O-N, on. Off and on, joined together, Ofon. It's better than Ofon Bokudum is like. So I think Ofon is okay. Call me Engineer Ofon. Okay, I'm from Bible State. I schooled in Enugu State. I served in Anambra State. So after my youth service, that was 2011, I was doing my youth service in Anambra State. So I decided to stay back in Anambra State to find something to do with my certificate. I refused to come back to Akwa State to start looking for a job. So I have been in Anambra State for 3 years looking for what to do with my certificate. I was practically broke, living in face my face, eating from hand to mouth. I had no job. You know, I lived in this compound called Yard. I don't know if I've been there, but it kind of face my face so that three people cannot pass through the passage. You know, that sometimes I can't imagine myself. Oh, do you really live there? The answer is yes. I was there for 3 years and I was practically broke. Like I said, somebody walked up to me June 2014 and he presented daily income stores to me. And he made a statement like this. The daily income store is a store that all you need to do is to walk into this store only once in your lifetime. Make your payment, pick your package, drop your account number. As other customers are shopping after you from the company, you will be having your daily income, your daily alert. And of course, you know that every young Nigerian man who just finished this service is looking for money to buy a land, looking for money to marry, buy a car, and have those things that makes you feel like I'm a man enough. So I was interested and asked my friend one question. How much would the company pay me if I shop from this store? He said like 10,000 naira every day, 20,000 every day, 30,000 every day, 50,000 naira every day, 100,000 naira every day. I shouted, you know, I did not believe it's possible. I doubted this business. I was a victor month for 8 good months. Between the month of June 2014 till February 2015, I never believed that this business is real. You know what I believe the business? I believe the business when I saw the result in the life of my friend, you know. Every Nigerian man loves to see results. We like to say that the results cancel insults, and seeing is believing. When I saw the result in his life, it was obvious that this is working. So do you know what I did? I swallowed my pride and I walked up to him. I told him, Baba, I've been living in this place in my face, so I don't tire. Can I follow you to daily consults and attend the business seminar now, the conference, and also shop? He said, yes. So I jumped inside his new car. He drove me to the seminar ground. After the conference, I also shop. What did I shop? I shop toothpaste. I shop soaps. Look at them here. I shop beverages. When the time comes, we're going to talk about that. A lot of products. I pay my money. I pick my package and I drop my account details. 4 years ago, few days later, this company started paying me every day of my life. This company has paid me every day for the past 4 years. This company pays me every day. And this company has paid me more than 500 million naira. This company has paid me more than $500 million naira. And this company has taken me to more than 10 different countries in the world. And this company doesn't pay me anything less than 100,000 naira in a day for the past 2 years, except Saturday and Sunday and public holiday. Every days of the week, I get alert every day, more than 100,000 naira for the past 2 years of my life. So tonight, I want to share that same business opportunity with us tonight. And then I want to share tonight training into 3 sections. The first one is the human capacity and development training for anybody who wants to be successful in this life. The second section is for those who want a part of the business deal I'm going to share with you tonight. And the last section is the product the company has to offer. Then I will take questions, JAM question, WAEC question, NECO question, ICANN question, and Cambridge question, and I will call it a day. So let me start with the human capacity and development training. Tonight, I want to start by talking about the important topic I love so much, and that topic is mindset. Why do I choose to talk about mindset is very important because mindset is the major reason why the rich man is rich and why the poor man is poor. But there's a way a rich man thinks that makes him rich, and there's a way a poor man thinks that makes him poor because whatever the mind can conceive, the hand can have it. Whatever the mind cannot conceive, the hand can never have it. That means that what predominantly occupies the mind definitely from who you become. That means you want to become great in life, you have to start thinking like a great man. start feeling like a great man, because surely it's going to be your reality. But if you feel that you are small, you feel that you are low, you feel you are broke, you feel that you are poor, definitely that is your true nature of who you are, because the way you see your life is who you truly are. Because whatever the mind cannot conceive, the hand cannot have it. Whatever the mind can conceive, the hand can have it. That means that what predominantly occupy your mind definitely form who you become. Mindset is very, very important in the journey of becoming successful, because to be successful, you must have a growth mindset. Very, very important. Growth mindset. A mindset that sees challenges as an opportunity for growth and expansion. Mindset is invisible check that guarantee your reality. You are the product of what you think. No wonder the book of life says, as a man thinking in his heart, so he is. That means if you think you are a successful person, definitely you are a successful person. If you think you're a great person, definitely you're going to be a great person. We have a negative and a positive mindset. A negative mindset is the mindset that weakens your inner strength and makes you attract only negative situations, while a positive mindset is the mindset that infuses strength and causes you to attract only positive events. Now, it takes a different mindset to be successful in anything. If talent does not equal success, hard work and a winning mindset are what it takes to be successful. You are capable of doing amazing things. You can have absolutely all your heart desire. Once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change alongside with it. Understand the challenges are what makes life interesting. Challenges is not bad. You see, coronavirus, COVID-19 is not truly totally bad. People are making money more than that we normally make money before COVID-19. In the COVID-19, a lot of us see opportunity in COVID-19. We took advantage of opportunity, and it gave us so millions of naira. The opportunity we take charge, like so many companies, like the owner of Zoom today is making serious money. Look at Amazon, the owner there is Jeff Bezos. Look at a lot of multi-billion-dollar companies like Jack Ma and doing online businesses. We actually strive, we actually make a headway because of the COVID-19. So challenges is not bad. Challenges is what makes life interesting. Overcoming them is what makes life meaningful. Never you complain in the midst of challenges. Instead, ask yourself, how can I take advantage of the challenges? What solution can I provide and make more money for myself and create more impact in my society? Poverty is mindset. Likewise, being rich is what? Mindset. These two situations require the same energy, which is what? Mindset. See challenges as an opportunity to grow. See challenges as a stepping stone. Use your challenge to grow into the person you always want to be. Some people are still on the waiting mood. You know what waiting mood is? Waiting mood are those that are still waiting for COVID-19 to be over. Let them find a vaccine before they can go out and do their normal activities. While some people are already on the active mood. Active mood is that you're taking massive action in the midst of COVID-19. Whether you have to discover ways to make extra income for yourself, you have to be innovative, you have to think outside the box, you have to be smart, you have to be mentally smart and not mentally lazy. So in the 21st century, mindset is one of the currency to be successful. What did I say is one of the currency you spend in the 21st century? A good mindset, a great mindset. Mindset is like a different glasses we wear. We see the world according to the color of our glasses. If the glasses is tinted black, everywhere will be dark for us. But imagine that the glasses is transparent. Everywhere will be brighter for us. Great work are performed, not by strength, but by perseverance. Whenever you feel like giving up in life, remember why you started the journey. Remember you started that relationship. Remember you started that business. Remember why you started that opportunity. Remember, make a decision never to be steadfast and be consistent, because consistency and persistency makes impossibility possible. Because tonight, I'm going to show you how you can make so much money for yourself. But you have a negative mindset about it, of course, you still struggle financially. A lot of people have seen opportunity, but they never take advantage of it. I say this every night. If you are born poor in my generation, it is not your fault. But if you die poor in my generation, it is your fault. You know why? Because poor is simply spelled P-O-O-R, the spelling of poor, which means passing over opportunities repeatedly. Whenever a man keeps passing over opportunities repeatedly, it tends to be a poor man. People keep telling me, Jinafon, I have never seen opportunity before in my life. It's not true. Opportunity happens to everybody every single day of our life. Sometimes you do not recognize this opportunity will change your life. Sometimes you even recognize this opportunity will change my life because of fear and doubt. Fear and doubt has killed more dreams than failure ever does. Fear has made a lot of people who are supposed to be a great author that never wrote a book. Fear has made a lot of people that are supposed to be a great musician but never sang a song. They are always afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of failure. It's part of the success journey. See, success can be achieved by all of us. See, the only solution to the fear is information, because what you don't know is bigger than you. Information is the only solution to fear. You know why? Because before today, you did not know how to ride a bicycle. Were you afraid of riding a bicycle? The answer is yes. Now you know how to ride a bicycle. I say afraid of riding a bicycle. The answer is no, you are no more afraid. Before today, you never knew how to drive a car. You were so afraid of being at the back of the steering. Now you now know how to drive a car. Are you still afraid of being at the back of the steering? The answer is no. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who keep trying when there seems to be no hope at all. So you keep trying. Doesn't matter how many times you try, it didn't work, please try again. Keep trying until you succeed. There was a man called Thomas Edison. This man tried to invent electric bulb. He tried over 1,000 times. He did not get it right. When he finally got it right, journalists asked a question. How come you keep trying over 1,000 times and you keep going? You know what the man said? The man said, I only find 1,000 ways light cannot come on the bulb. For some people in Nigeria, they will say, okay, I don't try now. I don't try 10 times. You know they work now. Okay, now by force. Now go down on top of the matter. Now we'll kill ourselves for the matter. They're going to reason that kind of thing, you know. So please, never you give up in this life. Let's look at something. The man said why the rich man is rich and why the poor man is poor. The rich man is rich because, number one, we believe that we are unstoppable. Let me tell your neighbor, I am unstoppable. You are unstoppable because the word of God says, I've given you everything that pertains to life and godliness. That means the choice is yours. If you so think this way, you then become successful. Number two, mindset of a rich man is that nothing is impossible. The book of life said, it did not say half things are possible. All things are possible to those that believe. The book of life did not say 50%. It did not say 30%. It did not say 20%. It said all things are possible. That means if only if you can conceive it, you can have it. My first day in Dubai, I saw the wonderful thing people are thinking outside the box, the massive structure they built. I keep in mind, why are they thinking like this? China and the rest of the world, of course, because they could imagine their future becoming a reality. You know what happened? Eventually become a reality. Look at today, we are using cell phone today. People know some years back, there was no cell phone. Look at today, we are doing online today. Some years back, there was nothing online. Look at today, we are using Uber and so many other innovations that are taking place in the society. That's to tell you that you need to open up your mind to opportunity because a closed mind is worse than a blind eye. Open up your mind opportunity because opportunity is what makes the rich man rich. And what he said, the guy is lucky. He's not luck. The guy was already prepared, waiting for opportunity because everybody in this life can be successful, but not everybody will be successful because not everybody are ready to pay the price to be successful. You did not hear what I said. I said that everybody can be successful, but not everybody will be successful because not everybody are ready to pay the price to be successful. Okay? Success is like a man who wants to climb a ladder. You don't climb a ladder with two hands inside your pocket. Baba, remove those hands from your pocket because there's no free money, even in Freetown. You must sacrifice for success. Success has a price. It's like entrepreneurship. It has a price to pay. You don't tell me, you don't climb a ladder by mistake. I just mistakenly climb. No, you must be intentional. Success is intentional. You must be sick and tired of financial state to make something happen in your life. The top is for me. That's how a rich man always thinks. Never you think you are less, never you think inferior about yourself. Don't give yourself those excuses that don't give me how 2018 ended with you, how 2019 ended with you. In 2020, you can do better. Stop giving me an excuse, okay? You don't understand what I'm passing through right now. Okay, no matter the kind of condition you are passing through right now, you are better than that condition. Don't let that condition define who you are. Only you can settle for less. That's why you cannot give up and live because you will never see succeed. But you want to persistently go ahead, I can tell you, persistency and consistency makes impossibility possible. One of the things I love to say is that anyone who stops learning is old. Henry Ford put it this way. Anyone who stops learning is old. Why at 20 years or 80 years, you are old. Anyone who keeps learning is young. Keep learning every day because nobody knows it all. Nobody is an embodiment of knowledge. Nobody is a custodian of knowledge. So tonight, I want to show you something that may add value to your life. It may not be for you. Maybe so for somebody who is around you today, depending on you every time, and you are sick and tired of that person depending on you, now is the time you want to teach the person how to fish, and that is the best advice for you. Make sure everybody know how to fish so that they start depending on you for fish. Now let's look at something today why a poor man is poor. Because a poor man, number one, blames everybody for where they are. This is the reason why I don't like talking to poor people. Because the moment you ask, I'm a practical young man. Ask 10 poor people one question, not be 2 questions, not be 3, just one question, just one question. Ask look for them. The word of God says you never lack a poor among you. So poor people are everywhere. You can see them. Ask just one question. Why are you poor? Why are you broke? If you ask a poor man this question, you see the reaction they're going to give to you. They will start to complain. Every poor man complain. They will tell you things like the economy is hard. Nobody is supporting us. Buhari, coronavirus. Nobody. See, they tell you things like mountain diaspora is not supporting, not sending me money. My uncle in London, my uncle in Germany, my auntie in Spain, my auntie in UK, my auntie in Italy, my auntie in France. They are not sending me money, they are not sending me pounds. They are very stingy and that and that. They complain. My father did not send me to school. My uncle did not support me. They will complain even about their pastor. They will say, Pastor, I am poor today because pastor refused to pray for me. No poor man ever complain about themselves. One thing every poor man doesn't know is that we are the architect of our success in life. Okay, we determine the success we have. Life is like a wheelbarrow. Once you don't push it, it does not push himself. So, Baba, stop complaining. Nobody's owing you anything. See, this is what I don't like about every poor man. Every poor man have entitlement mentality. They feel that the entitlement for somebody's owing them something. Okay, nobody's owing you shishi. You can see them in Nigeria, 30 years old man still living in his father's house, eating mommy, thank you, daddy, thank you. You need to pack out of that house. You need to pay house rent. What are you doing there 30 years? Pouring big boy, put it in your pocket, remove those hands, go and do something for yourself. Every poor man feel that somebody is owing them something. You see, no matter how much their loved ones send them from abroad, even it's $1,000, $2,000, they say, my auntie, imagine, after all the money you're making in US, in Canada, in London, you just send me $5,000 as if they gave you the money to keep for them. And these guys, the day you are taking good care of them for 5 years, thinking, the day you don't send them money, the day you send them $100, they complain. They forget about 99 things you have done for them. That one thing you did not do, that's the one they will say, you didn't even do anything. This entitlement mentality is making the youth today never to take massive action. That is their mindset they're having. You don't want to have a mindset. I hate people that have a crab mentality. You know what a crab mentality is? Crab mentality is very, very bad. I'm from a riverine area. I'm going to explain to you tonight. Put one crab in a basket. Give that crab 5 minutes. What that crab will do is that it will come out of that basket. Crab is over. We call it in my dialect. Put 2 crab, 3 crab, 4, 5 crab in a basket. They will never come out. You know why? When one of the crab want to come out, that will bring him down. Okay, bring it down. That is one thing happen if you stay too much among poor people because they complain too much. That poverty virus is worse than coronavirus. See, the thing is this. Understand, my mentor called me one day, so fun. Do you want to be successful in this type of years? He said, no, one principle to be successful is to disassociate from every poor man in your life. I asked him why. Do you know what my mentor told me? My mentor told me that 2 poor men can never help themselves. 2 poor people never help themselves for this life. Okay, do you know what I did? I went back home. That time I was still living in Face My Face You. I was thinking about what he told me for 3 nights. I went, they fought that some of courage and knock on all my neighbors' door. Neighbor, it's me often. From today, we are not calling a neighbor because in this compound, everybody is broke. Nobody has a car. Nobody has a good job. All of us eating from hand to mouth. No. I told them, from today, we are not quarreling. Don't come to my room again. I practically, intentionally disassociated from every poor man in my life. And I began to look for people that are successful. One of the men that are successful that I made in my life gave me this book. I will never forget this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This book changed my life. This book changed my life. One of them gave me a book called The Business of the 21st Century. The book titled, there are so many businesses you cannot do in my generation because those businesses are outdated, they are primitive, they are archaic, they are Abrahamic, they are Mosaic. You know, some of us are involved in a business that's already dead on arrival. You don't know what I'm saying. Those businesses are already dead. They never start. They don't die. You know, they work. Because my generation is highly innovative. So you are bringing a cake business cannot fit into the generation because the way we think these days is totally different from 20 years back. So you know that one of them gave me a book that I will never forget. They call it The Richest Man in Babylon. One again book that I will never forget that's called it What Rich Man Knows and Doesn't Want a Poor Man to Know. About 5 books that changed my mindset. Now I understood the law of association. My mentor always trying to teach me for the past 3 years of my life. He called it law of association. That law of association states that we are the average of 5 of our friends. You know what that simply means? That means that any day, anytime, you want to become confident in life, Baba, you don't need fasting and prayer. All you just need to do, look for 5 confident men, make them your friend. You will surely and definitely be the next person. Anytime, any day, you are ready to be successful. So the youth are not ready to be successful now. So the youth will be ready by month end, by next month, by next year. Some of the youth will be ready. They're not ready now. But any day they're ready to be successful, just simple. Look for 5 successful men on this earth. Look for them, make them your friend. You will surely and definitely be the next person. Anytime, any day, you want to become a multi-millionaire, a multi-billionaire. Look for 5 multi-billionaires and make them your friend. You will surely and definitely be the next person. But anytime, any day, you want to become poor, broke and poor, Baba, you don't need fasting and prayer to become broke and poor. All you just need to do is to look for 5 broke men, 5 poor men, make them your friend. Poor men, they complain. Church. They are gossiping every day in churches, in markets, everywhere you see that. Oh, church. They don't discuss anything than gossiping people, discussing government, coronavirus, things that don't put money in their pockets. Go and see rich people the way they're talking. They always talk about business, opportunities, ideas like we are talking right now. They want to be successful in this time. We want to make money. We want to support people. We want to travel around the world. We want to create impact. You know what happened to you? The stupid truth is this. Everybody, the sky is enough. See, if you're in Nigeria, I keep saying this, and you're poor and broke in Nigeria, you are like a man that lives in ocean, but decide to use spit to wash his face. You did not hear what I said. I say, if you're in Nigeria and you are broke and poor, you are like a man that lives in ocean, but they have to use spit to wash his face because in Nigeria, 200 million people in Nigeria, 200 million opportunity, 200 million problem, 200, there's abundance in this country. The only problem we have in this country is scarcity mindset, entitlement mentality. Everybody feel that Nigerian government is doing it. Nigerian government is not owing shishi. You don't know the dollar and $4.50 and pay dollar. Wake up from your sleep because the people will be there that they're not good enough. Who told you they are not good enough, okay? Anytime you feel they're not good enough, please go for information. Go and learn something. Thank God for today. Internet, you can learn it. Google everything. In my generation, you need 2G to succeed. Number one is God. Number two is Google. Finish. You don't need anything to succeed. And just God and Google. And Google is online. You got communication is a skill. You can learn it online. Leadership is entrepreneurship is a skill, not a title. You can learn entrepreneurship. Anyway, you can practice it. Lord, you just need a mentor in your life. Why do you need a mentor? Mentorship will shorten your journey to success. He that stands on the shoulder of mentors will see far. That's not where I'm going to today. Every poor man believes that success is love. Baba. Success is not love. Don't be deceiving yourself. I've seen so many youths today doing Nigeria, thinking that one day they will carry 1 naira and win 50 billion. And they think success is love. I've seen some of them, their slippers don't bend. They never say anything yet. So do you think they like Ponzi scheme? Ponzi scheme only take away from your life and never put back. Robbing Peter to pay. That's not what we're talking about today. Wake up today and understand that you have to be a doctor. You don't pray to be a doctor. You must go to a medical school. You don't pray to become a barrister. You must go to a law school. So there's some things you have to do for yourself. Eliminate the way I cannot go to law school. I cannot become a lawyer. No, eliminate those mentality. I can't. You can do everything through Christ who has strengthened you. Why then I cannot do it? See, the only limit you have is in your mind. What is your plan? What is your dreams? Get to work. Of course, everything. Be working in a positive direction. See, traveling fast on a wrong direction cannot get you to your destination. You did not hear what I said. Traveling fast in a wrong direction can never and will never get you to your destination. How do you create a positive mindset? Guide the things that enters your ear and the things that you watch. Very important. You know why? Because what you feed your conscious mind, the eye, the nose, the eye, and all this conscious mind, that's what transforms to your subconscious mind, which leads to your habits and your action, the kind of results you are getting today. So if you want to change your results, you don't like the kind of results you're getting, please, you must change what you feed your conscious mind. Always study about stuff. Go to YouTube. Don't go and watch Ponzi. Just go to YouTube. Just type the success. I want to be successful. I want to be a millionaire. More 10 top millionaires. Go to YouTube. Spend your data. Not every time you're on Facebook looking for who to like and comment and share. That kind of a thing. So feed your minds on positive things. See, the truth is this. Positive things always happen to positive people. Negative things always happen to negative people. That is why number 2 is very important. Keep friends with people of positive mindset. This is why I don't like talking to poor people, because if you are doubting me today, I'm practical. I'm telling you what you can go and try tomorrow morning. Go and share your idea with a poor man. Go and tell a poor man how you're going to be successful in this life, how you're going to buy so many luxury cars, help your father, help your loved ones, help even the government and the community, give to charity, donate to churches, donate to people. Just share your dreams with a poor man. Build big dreams of yours. The first thing a poor man will tell you, they will tell you it cannot work. You know why? Because these guys are always negative. No matter how beautiful your dreams is, they will find fault in it. These guys are always fault finders, and they're always negative. In their life, always negative. You know the next thing they will tell you 10 people that tried that project that did not work for them. Things like this. Do you know Kechuku? The brother Azubike, he tried that project, not work for him. You see Tunde, you see Azubike, you see Muhammad, you see Okon, you see Asukwo, you see Udeme. They try this thing. They will tell you people that never succeeded. They will not tell you people like Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, the Amazon, the owner of Jeff Bezos, they will not tell you Jack Mark, Alibaba. They will not tell these guys because they are always negative in their mind. Their mind has been shut down. See, work with group people that encourage positive thinking. Dream big, work hard, stay focused. Most importantly, surround yourself with people of good mindset. Have the right mindset today. It will help you a lot. People are telling me, Jonathan, you are telling me now to have a right mindset, take action. I don't ready now. I'm ready to be successful. What do I do from now henceforth? I am sick and tired of my financial state. I know deep inside my heart, I am more than where I find myself now. But how do I get out of this maze I find myself right now? How do I make something extra to support people around me who are constantly depending on me? Tonight, before I talk about how you can make more money for yourself, you need to understand how this money is coming. Because some people don't even take time to understand how do money come. There's a man that took a study, his name is Robert Kiyosaki. He developed a quadrant called cash flow quadrant. What did I say the quadrant is called? Cash flow quadrant, trying to tell us how money comes into our lives. The man said that this money comes into 2 major ways. The first one is called active income. You work for money. The second particular way is called passive income. Money work for you. So you have to choose whether you want to work for money or you want money to work for you. So now, before you now understand, let me give you an example of an active income. An active income is somebody who always works to collect money. Example is a lecturer. Lecturers always lecture to collect money. That's why they're on strike, because government did not comply with them. I'm not going there today. Now, if my father was a professor or a lecturer, my father died as a professor, will I come to me and say, oh, my father was a professor, oh, my father is late now, look at my father's certificate here, me too, I'm a professor, can I come and say this is my father's certificate? No. Once a prof is no more, the salary, everything stop, no more. If my father was a medical doctor, I'm just telling an example of an active income, and my father died as a medical doctor, I only want to be logically thinking with me. Will I ever come to me and say, oh, my father was a medical doctor, oh, my father is late now, me too? I'm a medical doctor. Look at his certificate here. No, once a medical doctor is no more, that is no more. Why do you want to invest your time and energy on things that your children cannot inherit from you? Let me give an example of a passive income. Example is that if my father was the MD and the CEO of this bottled water, for example, and of course he's going to employ a manager, cleaner, receptionist, factory workers, that means my father doesn't need to be in this factory for this production to go on. Yes or yes? Of course, yes. That means that if my father died as the MD and the CEO of this bottled water, and in his next of kin, on his will, he wrote me my name as the next of kin, can I resume the following morning as the CEO of this company? The answer is yes. Let me honest to you, my father owns a filling stations, fast food, plazas, real estate, or project or business, and he makes me a next of kin. Can I inherit it? Of course, yes. That's why today you need to understand how these things work. Before you furthermore, let me break it down to you, the 4 different quadrants, so you practically understand in details how these things work. So that tonight, as they're going to choose how you want to make your money in this life, you know that the choice is yours. You are totally responsible for your decision from tonight. Because I want to see you on the top. I want to see you successful. I want to see you get out of this financial struggle, because this was the same information that was shared to me 4 years ago that changed me from face one and face two to a very successful, rich and wealthy young man right now. Okay, let me go to details. The quadrant is shared into 4. The first one is called employees quadrant. Who is an employee? Everybody have a job is an employee. Those that receive salary, everyone and wages is called employees. These are the receive the salary. Of course, they spend the money to marry, buy a car, buy houses, live a luxury life, do mortgage and all of that. Congratulations, you can make money as an employee. It's a matter of choice. You can also choose to make money as a self-employed. Who is a self-employed? Somebody who is doing the things by himself and is not employing anybody, and he does the thing by himself and he makes money. Example of a self-employed: akeke man, okada man, laundry man, barber, mechanic, tailor, seamstress, a lot of them all. So these are the guys that they do things by themselves. They're not employing anybody. They make the money. But the day they employ somebody, maybe as a tailor, you employ someone to help you. You are no more self-employed. You are now an employer of labor. So we call you a business owner or an entrepreneur or an employer of labor. So you are making money because you are leveraging. Or you can make money in this life as an investor. Who is an investor? Investors are those that money work for them. These are the guys that buy shares in the company that are making money based on dividend. These are the guys that buy treasury bills that are making money. They are buying bonds that are making money. They do fixed deposit, they're making money, or other of such businesses that you have to do. But your money is doing it for you. You are not physically involved. Other than these 4 ways, nobody makes money in this life. You are either eating from mommy, thank you, daddy, thank you, or somebody taking care of you, or you are part of an NGO or charity organization. These are the only 4 ways you make money. But do you know what my mentor said? The quadrant is shaded into 2. We have the right-hand side where every rich and wealthy man belongs to. That is the passive income. We have the left-hand side of the quadrant where every middle class, low class, poor people, broke people in every society belong to. But do you know what my mentor said to me? I could not sleep at night for 3 good days. My mentor said that every employee you see, all of them must have a job. They must trade their time for money. What is job? Job is spelled J-O-B, which means just obey your boss. Now, if you are given a job in Nigeria of 200,000 naira salary in a month, your boss asks you to come to work in the morning by 8 o'clock. You will say, yes, sir. Close by 4 o'clock every day. Yes, sir. Your salary every month is 200,000. You will be happy and they say, yes, sir. I know one funny thing. And every day, and you must come to work, you must close. And every good employees must obey their boss. Because I did not say bad employees. In Nigeria, if your boss is paying you 200,000 naira salary in a month, he will make sure he or she is using you like 5 and 6 spanner. You know, go think about yourself again. He will use your time, he will use your energy, he will use your intellectual property, what you learned in school for 3 years. And you know one funny thing? We rich and wealthy men, we don't like to pay our employees so much more. You know why? The day our employees make so much money, they will no longer work for us. We like to pay our employees salary. We like to pay them wages, something that can wage them from their problem and never solve their problem. That is why I can say that salary has never been able to solve family problem. People are working 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, little or nothing to show for it. See, the concept is this. You need to read this book. I think you need information. This was a book one of my mentors gave to me. The Conspiracy of the Rich. Go and read this book. It's going to help your life. The Conspiracy of the Rich. Or go and watch a movie that says Men That Built America. John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Tom Ford. In the era of monopoly, we rich and wealthy men decided that we don't want the middle class, the low class, the poor people to become rich and wealthy like us. That is where it all started. So we wanted the middle class to work for us. Their children will work for us. Their children work for us. So we decided to do something interestingly. Let me tell you what we did. We decided to create a school system and employ professionals to train them for us. So in school, we teach you in school. Go to school, get a good certificate, and get a good job. Why working for the rich man. Why we teach our children, go to school, get a certificate, and start to own a business? It's two different things. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow or someone. I'm going to teach you the principles of wealth creation. The day you understand the principles of wealth creation, Baba, from that day, anything your hand touches turns to gold. Anywhere you go, you attract success to yourself. You create wealth. I don't want to go there to some other day. I'm going to teach tonight. So these guys called employees. We wanted men to be trained in schools as an accountant to manage our money. This was the reason. We wanted men to be trained as lawyers to manage our cases for us. We wanted men to be trained as engineers to work in our factories and company. We wanted men to come and study about the human body, to take care of our health, to manage our hospital for us as doctors. So the system was created for a rich man. Let me tell you something. You know, when I was in Anambra State, I've told you I've been in Anambra State for 3 years. So I was poor and broke, living in Face My Face You in one compound along Unity Junction after my youth service, you know. So this man that normally comes around. So I noticed the culture in that area. Everybody will come out of that area. They will start hailing the man. Will go if you also change. They call the man big names. The man will come out of the car, start sharing money for us. So I also copied the same. I inherited that kind of thing from the environment. So this particular day came. So this man came out. We all came out to do the same thing. The man comes saying, you know, when you ask a poor man question, they begin to explain themselves. They only ask me, what is your name? I start to explain myself. I came here to do you service. There's no job. The man, after explaining myself, the man just looked at me and laughed. You know what the man told me? He said, I go and get me your NYC discharge certificate. You need to see the way I ran home that day. I was jumping up and down, running home with all my life. Finally, after 3 years, I finally gotten a job. I was happy. I was jumping up and down. I ran home with all my life. I went there. I packed both the NYC discharge certificate, both the one the man said I should bring and the one he said I should not bring. I packed everything to this man. I ran with my letter, the man will not go. When I went there, I was bleeding. Hey, the man looked at me. He said, you know what the man told me? He said, let me have your certificate. When I showed him my discharge certificate, you know what the man said? Certificate. The man told me that formal education can earn you a living, but self-education will earn you a fortune. This man, I'm telling you, did not go to school. He cannot speak good English. He's an Igbo man. He told me, enter my car, go and drop it under your bed. I don't need to give you a job. Come, let me mentor you. I followed this man to Newe, okay? This man is so rich and wealthy. He has so many estates, so many factories, so many hospitals. When I went to this man's hospital, this man used a certificate of a medical doctor to get clearance for the hospital and still employ that doctor to work for him. Sabi ticket, Sabi ticket, not certificate. You know, let me give you a last story. There's a man called Alhaji Aliko Dangote. Alhaji Aliko Dangote is the richest man in Africa. You know, the richest man in Nigeria, according to what I had, I've not verified. I don't know whether it's true or not, but I know there was a time he was the richest man. I don't know why he's still the richest man now. So journalists asked him a question one day. Alhaji Aliko Dangote, you are so rich and wealthy. How many hours do you work in a day that you are so rich and wealthy? You know what Dangote said? Dangote will shock you now. Dangote said that I work 400,000 hours in a day. That is how I'm rich and wealthy. They all journalists shouted. And they said, God gave everybody 24 hours in a day. Dangote, how come you are working 400,000 hours in a day? You know what Dangote said? Dangote said that I have over 50,000 staffs working for me. Each of my staffs, you see, they come to work in the morning by 8 o'clock and they close by 4 o'clock every day. Each of my staffs give me 8 hours of their time. 8 hours times 50,000 people. 400,000 hours for one man. Every employee sell their time to collect salary at the end of the month. Every rich, I don't know how we learned it, but every rich and wealthy man intentionally, practically, of course, buy people's time. Help me tell your neighbor closer to you. Tell your neighbor. Tell your neighbor. If you are not serious, I will buy your time. Tell your again, neighbor. Tell your neighbor. If you are not serious, I will employ you in this life. If you're never serious, a good prayer point, you're going to employ him and give him a job. He's going to be your manager working for you, and you pay him salary every month, and you make the bulk of money, and you save in your account, and you enjoy yourself. Have you not seen that salary is a bribe given to every employee to forget about their dreams? Have you not said that every employees are always at the mercy of their boss? Please, sir, I'm going to sack you. You start begging. See, I want to give every employee a multi-billion-dollar advice. I want to give every employee $1 trillion advice. Please, if you don't like the advice, please throw away the advice and still take me. Don't judge me. Every employee need an extra source of income. You know why? Because every rich and wealthy man I've met in my life, all of us have multiple streams of income. You know why? Challenges of life must come. When it comes in this way, you're going to live in it. When it comes in the way, having one source of income in my generation is like committing suicide. It's like carrying rope and put on your neck intentionally, because any day you lose that job, it affects you directly. You know, I've seen people come to me every day in Genova and they just sack me. I just lose my job. They gave me a letter. I tell you, don't you know that your boss kept you in that job because you're making money for your boss? Because every entrepreneurs are always result-oriented being. Every businessman are always profit-oriented being. That's how they do business now. Because you are making money for us. The day you start making money, why are we keeping you? Why are your liability here? Go home. You know, these 6.6 million people that lost their job during COVID-19, they are the first people to go home now. Because the company must survive, because the company is a legal entity. It must not die. So we must the director of the company must protect the interests of the legal entity so that we can be picking our choppings from the. I mean, they think follow me reason now, because today you must think outside the box and take charge of the financial future. Enough is enough. Let me leave employees alone. Let me talk about self-employed. You know, self-employed, a man, Okada man, London man. The only wahala why I get with this, some people say this set of people know one thing outside the box. They love to do things by themselves and make money by them. They fail to understand that a tree cannot stand alone and become forex. They fail to understand that a broomstick can easily be broken. But when it is in a broom, you don't make money alone. Nobody ever created money alone. I can give you times and numbers of them. You must learn to think like Opay or like Uber. What does this guy do? This guy simply created an app, connect with somebody, they're making money. So you don't have to do things by yourself to make money. You only need to learn principles of wealth creation. You need to be part of my program tomorrow by 7 o'clock. Let me tell you how you can create more wealth for yourself with that or little knowledge you have. How you can become more successful. Do you desire more out of life? Then you can actually have more out of life. There's abundance in my generation. I did not know this. It's just 4 years. Somebody gave me information that changed my entire life. Nobody believed me that I was staying in face to face with. When I now own a hotel in Dubai, things about me just start changing. 4 years after, what happened to me? Because of information, Baba, I have tasted the two sides of the coins. I can tell you where the sides of the coins are. I've been there poor, I've been there very rich. I know what I'm talking about. See, I've been to more than 10 countries in the world. Every rich and wealthy man do one thing in common. Because I like to interact with them. Do you know what the rich man do? Let me tell you tonight. Let us read this today, starting from here. One together, go. You own a system. People work for you. You did not read this with me. Let us say it again. Once again, I go. You own a system. People work for you. System is spelled SYSTEM, which means save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Let's say it again. Save yourself stress, time, energy, and money. Every rich and wealthy man have systems of residual income. The best way for you to predict your future is for you to create your future. Kai, get it right now. The best way for you to predict your future, everybody can predict our future. For you to create the kind of future you want for yourself. And my mentor will always tell me, Engineer Fund, if you don't learn how to make money when you are at home, you have to work for the rest of your life. You did not hear what I said. If you don't learn how to make money when you are sleeping, you have to work for the rest of your life. If you don't learn how to make money under COVID-19, then you have to work. The key word there is learn. Entrepreneurship is a skill. Everybody can learn it. Let me talk about investors. I love investors because these are the smartest men in the society. Anyway, I see any investors, I must shake them with 2 hands and put those hands in my pocket. You know why? Because becoming a millionaire is contagious. Becoming a poor man is contagious. I don't like talking to poor people. I've already told you already. So tonight, I want to ask you one question around this section of the program. I want to know how you're thinking. Are you still thinking like an employee, or you're beginning to think like a self-employed or business owner or investor? How are you thinking tonight? You don't need to tell me the answer. I want to ask you one question to prove your answer. Give me an honest answer and be sincere about it. Tonight, if I give you 3 million naira cash right now, 3 million naira cash right now to go and spend for the next 31 days, and I give 1 kobo that duplicates in value for the next 31 days, and I ask you to make a choice between the 2 of them, which of them will you prefer? The 3 million naira cash or the 1 kobo? A lot of us will say 3 million naira cash. Now, make I solve my problem. Lord, if I give me that 1 kobo that duplicates every day. Now, the truth is this: the 2 of them has value, but one of them has value than the other. The one that has value than the other is how every rich and wealthy man thinks. Every rich and wealthy man think about duplication. We like to do business that duplicates. For example, we like to build hotels in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, filling station, fast food business that can duplicate. We don't see. Let me show the part of duplication. Imagine that today you have 1 kobo. The value of the 1 kobo duplicate and it's 2 kobo. The 3 duplicate and it's 4 kobo, 8 kobo, 16 kobo, 32 kobo, 64 kobo duplicate. People are laughing at you. You want to be an entrepreneur? Don't worry. Now you are clearing the bush of the farm. You are tilling the floor. Nobody tilling the ground. Nobody seeing you. You are planting the crops. Nobody seeing you. When the harvest time comes, they say the man is lucky. It's not about luck. Somebody actually till the ground. 1 naira, 2 naira, duplicates 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, 40 naira, 81 naira, 163 naira. Let's look at what happened on the 16th day. 327 now, people are still laughing at you. You know, 305 now, they don't know what they're doing. 1,300, 2,600, 5,002, 4,000, 10,004, 20K duplicating value, 41,000 duplicating value, 3,000, 163,000, 335,000, 671,000, 1.3 million, 2.6 million, 5.3 million, 10.7 million now. It doesn't matter how you started. The most important question for you tonight is that if that business has the capacity and the ability of duplicating, because I've seen people retire broke and poor, and I asked myself, why did this man retire broke and poor? Because all of them were involved in active income and no duplication. But I've seen people, if you're involved in a duplicating system, I give you 5 years, you become so rich and wealthy that nobody in your family will be as rich and wealthy like you. So tonight, I want to welcome everybody to the new normal. The new normal is very simple, called the sharing economy. How does the new normal work? I want to give a few companies in my generation that is making billions of naira. And I only want you to go and Google it and make findings from what I'm going to tell you tonight. Now, let's start with Amazon, the richest man in the world. He owned a business called that Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, who owned a business called Amazon. What do Amazon do? Amazon simply connects people to buy product online. He makes money. Now, okay, let's look at the largest taxi company in the world called Uber. Largest taxi company in the world own no vehicle. Uber. What did Uber do? Uber simply connects people to taxi and he makes money. Let's look at the richest man in China. That is Jack Ma, the owner of Alibaba AliExpress. What do Alibaba has? He simply connects people to product online, makes money. Let's look at Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg. What do Mark Zuckerberg has? This guy connects people to people online, he makes money. The question I'm going to ask you tonight is that what are you connecting somebody to and you want to become leverage like them? So tonight I'm going to show you a business. You simply connect people to buy toothpaste. Look at the toothpaste here.